Yeah, I don't have a funny intro for this. Yeah, my December has been kind of awful, mostly because, let's just say, a lot of mild inconveniences have happened. My neighbors have gotten noisier. I've slowly realized that I forgot to work on certain music videos that I promised. And just overall, a lot of minor inconveniences that have just been dragging my mood all the way down. So I thought to myself, what's a better way to hate myself than to hate myself 5 years ago? Yeah, this is gonna be one of those reacting to my earlier work kind of videos. Now, personally, I hate reaction channels because they're just lazy content, but I think there's some joy in re-experiencing how you used to make stuff a couple of years ago and just seeing how much you developed. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna listen to my cringy music. I already have headphones on, okay. So yeah, before I start reacting to my early music, I have to give a disclaimer. The first song we're about to hear is actually not my first song. In fact, I should give some context on how I used to be before I went into music. My biggest dream was actually to work with movies, or like some form of cinema experience. Either just working at the cinema or making my own movies. And I had this dream of becoming a director. Little did I know that I wanted to tell stories, and the director's job is to tell other people's stories. Fuck, I was naive back then. Anyway, then my passions kind of just jumbled around. I didn't really know what I wanted to be until I hit my my 20s. Yeah, that's also a lot about my age. And then my passion kind of moved to comic books. Like, I actually started to learn to draw. Well, I didn't use tablet, I actually drew with a mouse. Feel free to cringe, artist. And then I moved to music because I got a guitar for my birthday. And then I got a Rocksmith and I played that game to death. And the day I 100% a Nirvana song was the day that made me go, yeah, music seems plausible. Yeah, so I basically just put my passion into just learning guitar and learning as much as I could about making music. And then I thought to myself, I want to record music, not just write down lyrics and chords and hope I don't forget about them later. So I started like making my own recordings, and yeah, we're about to listen to that. But before we start with this first song, I just want to give a quick disclaimer, this is not my first song. I made a couple of really bad like short snippet songs for like school projects, and all those files are lost, sorry. But one file that really irritates me that I lost was, during my school we had an audio class. And to be honest, I remember nothing from that audio class except I read a shit ton of creepypasta. And I tried to make my own like creepypasta reading and it was terrible. No, I don't have that file either. I don't even remember what creepypasta I was reading. I just picked a random one and thought it was like, yeah, it's short, I can do that into a 5-minute storytelling thing. But then we had an assignment where we had to make a song that reflected the spring. It didn't need to have lyrics or anything, it could literally be anything. It could be you making a poem about spring or whatever. Point is, it had to be themed around spring, and I recorded some Foley about throwing stones in the pond and playing with grass or whatever. And found a preset in FL Studio that sounded like bells, and I was like, yeah, that'll work. So I wrote a quick little 1-minute long song, sent that in, and I got a, I think it was a grade, I don't remember what kind of grade it was, but I passed that, that's what I remember. And our school decided to do this competition thing where each class section, you know, like audio, photo, movie, or whatever, would send in their work and people could vote on which one should get like a trophy. Yeah, and believe it or not, I was like, I'll send some audio. And believe it or not, no one submitted audio except me. So, I forgot to bring this, hold on. So, I got a participation trophy. Yep. I don't know if you guys can like see this. Yeah, videregående to lead. This was basically a participation trophy because out of all the other categories where there were at least 5 or 10 students who submitted stuff, I was the only one in VG2 that submitted a sound file. And they had to do a thing where you had to go to the podium and accept it and give a little speech. Like, you know, I want to thank mom and dad for giving birth to me. My speech was, thank you for this participation trophy. This was a hint that I was going to become a great YouTuber. This is like probably the weirdest accomplishment in my life right now, beside the YouTube channel. Anyway, I'm gonna keep it slightly out of frame just to annoy you people. But yeah, I'm kind of sad that I lost it and for some reason didn't upload to my SoundCloud. Oh. But anyway, I then came to the thought and I was like, I want to make music and I want to put it on SoundCloud. Let's listen to the first song I bothered to put on SoundCloud. By the way, we're going through my first 20 songs just so you guys know how awful I was. Anyway, this is the first song I uploaded to SoundCloud. Cave Mountain. Guitars are completely off. So that hurts to listen to. Anyway, I should probably give some context to this song. Oh no, I forgot about the description. This is a test song to see how it sounds like recording my guitar and using a scale. This song might be used for a video game I'm working on, but for now it's just a weird little song. I was like 20 years old when I wrote that. Anyway, context. It would be funny just to leave everything out of context, but I should probably explain this. Anyway, do you guys remember earlier when I said like I had a passion in comics? Well, believe it or not, Andreas and I used to make comics. He wanted to do like short snippet stories, and I tried to do an epic storyline that was going to be way bigger than I imagined. Both of us lost passion pretty quickly. Andreas had like different characters, but the character I remember the most was Dimitri, the communist plumber. Anyway, Andreas had this character who was a communist plumber who would basically do plumbing, and he was a communist, and he made jokes like, "This toilet is broken like capitalism." And I really liked that character, and I thought to myself, this character could use a video game. So I downloaded like this JRPG maker and tried to make a video game out of that. And I gave up pretty quickly, and for some reason I thought to myself, I'm not gonna use this stock JRPG soundtrack, I'm gonna make my own original music, and I made this. And then at some point I thought to myself, well, I'll put it on SoundCloud just so I remember it. So yeah, that's the video game context, and that video game was never made and probably never will be. At least I have this weird song. By the way, you're gonna notice a lot of self-made album covers. That's because I was really paranoid and thought that actually taking photos on the internet was illegal. So just to not get myself in trouble, I tried to make my own album covers for a while. It's a mountain. It's nice, I guess. Oh yeah, why it's called Cave Mountain. Another long story short, there was a guy at school who wanted to get into Dungeons and Dragons, and me and Andreas decided to annoy him by giving him like quests and talking like these D&D-esque voices like, "Oh, you must go on an adventure," kind of like that. And for some reason I said something like, "You must go to Cave Mountain and explore," or something like that, and Andreas laughed his ass off because Cave Mountain, it's a mountain cave with mountains in it. Andreas did actually put Cave Mountain in one of his D&D campaigns. We never explored it. We never got there. So yeah, that's the context of this song. By the way, do you guys want to know how I recorded this? Oh, I didn't bother to prepare for this video. Do you guys know that Blue Yeti we sometimes use to record these like movie reviews? I used that microphone to record the guitars for this song. It was like a beginner's combo amp, and I put the microphone there hoping it would sound good. It didn't. And yeah, it's stock drums, and I tried to do 2 guitars, and it sounds awful. Anyway, next song! Or I should say, next cringe. Oh, I remember this song. Sailor's Nightmare. Let's just play it. You skipped the first note. Thanks, SoundCloud. Well, it sounds nice, at least. I think for this song I used like the stock VST amp that came in Devil Studio. Arr. Why did I do that? This sounded so cool to me back then. Yeah, it's definitely like, I think it was called hardcore or something. It sounded like shit, to be honest. And then comes yeah, a bit that sounds like a cyber grind slam. Yeah, a bit that sounds like a cyber grind breakdown. It's over finally. Well, I tried. Oh yeah, description. I was trying to make a power metal song, and then after a few random guitar playing, that's what I called it. I came up with this riff. I ended up expanding on it, added a solo, ended up making Sailor's Nightmare. The name comes from that I thought the song sounded like. I even added this random bit at the end to simulate a ship crashing. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Oh yeah, by the way, yeah, my name used to be like Nerdy Metalhead. I dropped it because it was really cringe and I didn't think it fit the Pagefire brand, so now my music dumping SoundCloud is just called Andri from Pagefire, although I'll still keep like the Nerdy Metalhead link there just so I don't have to go to every single video and change it. Hashtag not finished. And it never was finished. I wonder why. You know how you sometimes just make a song for fun and then just forget about it, and then you listen to it again a year later and you go, that was pretty good, but I understand why I dropped it. Well, I was like that, but instead of just forgetting about it, I uploaded it to my SoundCloud. And again, paranoia of taking other people's art, so I I drew my own. Anyway, next song. Oh yeah, this song. If you're wondering why it's called Demo 2, that's because I made another version and I deleted it and uploaded this one instead, although I decided to call it Demo 2. Now this one's gonna require some context before I play. Now, as I mentioned in one of the songs that I made for like school and never uploaded was an industrial metal song about beard. And if you're wondering why it's called that other song, Andreas and Martin, they had the silly idea of starting a band called That Band. And so when you would go see them live, they would always be called That Band. So people would asking, oh, what's that band? Oh, yeah, that's what they are. What is that band? It's That Band. What band? That Band. It was a silly joke, and because I was easily impressed by anything, I was like, I want to join this band, even though they weren't going to take it seriously at all. And for some reason, I tried to take it as seriously as possible. Anyway, we tried to write a couple of songs, and sadly this one was the only one that came through. But the idea for song title was going to be that song, that other song, that ballad, that other ballad. It was either going to be that or Untitled. So yeah, this is like a remake version of that. Yeah, so this is like a remake of that version of the song, and oh, look at me. I managed to draw better pictures in fucking Illustrator, and this is the best one I could come up with. Yeah, an updated version of That's the Other Song, more synth. I will redo the guitar part plus lyrics in the future. Yeah, the lyrics used to be about like having a beard and being a working class citizen with a beard, and you have to earn your beard. I don't remember. Andreas wrote the lyrics, I think. Anyway, enough explaining, more playing. That's really low. Huh. I was really proud of that riff. Also, you can tell I listened to a lot of Rammstein. Oh, it has a lack of punch. And part. I really like that bit. Yeah, there's that, like, Ministry type drums. It exists. Yeah, by the way, this song and my very first song came out, and I actually ended up remaking it a couple of years later, and we'll get there when we get there. Next song! Oh boy, this one's gonna require some explanation. Again, self-made album cover because of paranoia. I am very good at font choices. So Andreas and a friend of his was talking about bands, and his friends mentioned a band called Panzerchrist. Panzerchrist was like this grindcore band, I think. Lyrics were focused on like World War II. And Andreas said, I thought you said Hamster Christ. Now we have to make that song. And again, I was very gullible back then. I thought to myself, yeah, I can do that. Even though I had like barely a year worth of FL Studio experience, I still didn't know how to properly record stuff. And let's just play it. Turn up the volume. Those guitars. Why did I add techno drums to this? Yep, that's me. No. It's not done. Copy paste. Why did I make it so loud? It's peaking beyond annoyance. I like Chinatown too. I forgot I did that ending. So yeah, if it wasn't obvious, that was me on vocals. I think I just took the fucking Blue Yeti microphone and just did like, Hashtag Christ! Hashtag Christ! Try to sound like a fucking punk band there. Yeah, guitars, I think it was that hardcore preset, or hardcore VST thing. And the drums, I think it was like like a drum. Okay, what was it called? I forgot what the drum plugin's called. I'll make it swing by the screen. It was basically made for like to make techno patterns, and I was a gullible boy, and I was like, I can use that to make like punk and metal music. The drum set sounded awful. They had like this thrash kit, and you could barely hear the kick. It was barely a thick thump. It was like a yeah, there I wrote it. It's an in-joke among my friend's friend who told me I should make a band called Hamster Christ. I forgot he wanted a speed metal or punk, so I went with hardcore punk. All praise Hamster Christ. Yeah, let's just say that project went nowhere. And I think Andreas tried to turn it into a comic at some point. Kinda wish it did, although I am curious of the Pagefire universe where we stayed and continued making comics instead of videos. I think I actually preferred making videos because it feels a little bit more interactive, even though I think making comics is a fun experience. Next song! Ah, yes. Dorian Glorian. So yeah, Dorian Glorian. It's called Dorian Glorian because 1, it's the first thing that came to my head when I need a name for it, and 2, it's the riff me and some classmates came up with when we needed to write basic riffs in the E-Dorian scale. I'm way too proud of this riff and I want to use it in a real song in the future. Fun fact, I did. Let's just play it. Yep. I think that's the thrash drum kit. Oh, that kick is so pathetic. No wonder it has less plays than the previous song. Ah. Ooh, I tried myself on fills there. Yeah, it sounds a little different how I changed it later on. I think I actually remember how I recorded this. The beginner combo amp had a headphone cable. I plugged that headphone cable into the microphone input thing on the computer and tried to record that. So that's why the guitar sounds like fuzzy, like it sounds like it comes from headphones, but that's just the actual quality of going from headphones to the PC. And I also say, yeah, made with a real amp and not a crappy digital amp. I'm sorry, FL Studio, but your digital amp's fucking terrible. Yeah, the amp isn't that good, gee whiz. It's almost like it was a practice amp. Anyway, just a little context of where I was at that time. Me and Andrea started attending this folkhögskola, which is kind of like a school that was optional. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like a school you live at, and the classes aren't mandatory, but you do them because you want to do them, because you want to have fun. And that specific folkhögskola had like classes on writing, movie production, theater, music. Guess which one I did? That's right, the music. And comics, and probably a couple of other like size things that I'm not mentioning right now, but yeah. I did music, and that's where I learned about scales and how to actually use them. I also learned about intervals, even though I didn't understand shit at that time. And we had to learn scales, and I was like, huh, this Dorian scale is kind of fun. And then I tried to make a song with it, and that's how I made Dorian Glorian. I actually recorded this on like my first vacation week, just so I could remember it. And yes, this is one of the songs I ended up remaking for a future song. Anyway, next song. We have 15 more songs to go through. What lurks in the shed of forgotten memories? There was nothing to do for an hour, so I made this to kill time. Also to experiment on making something simple rather than something complicated. Yeah, the things I made back there was super complicated. Anyway, I actually remember the song. I think my goal for this song was to make like a song you could put in the background of your creepypasta readings, because I was still sort of addicted to creepypasta readings at the time. Guitars are all off. Learning to use effects there. I always forget about the endings I do for these kind of old songs. Oh, just or something else. So jump a little ahead of time after I was finished with the Folkhögskola. I want to learn more music because I really like music and I was still confident that music was my passion. But the problem was that you had to submit music to that school. The school I was going to was called Nurov, and it's a school where you can learn about, you know, making movies, video games, music, and other stuff I forgot. Guess which one I went with? That's right, music. But of course the problem was that we had to send music to get in so the teachers could hear how far you were in case they needed to give you some extra classes or whatever. Because, you know, there's gonna be some people who's gonna be lagging really far behind when it comes to their music talent. And a couple of people who are gonna just shoot through all assignment and go really far. Anyway, I didn't have any songs. Let's just say all the songs I made after this I was not proud of at all, and you'll know why when we get there. And I submitted this, a song I made a year before I searched into that school. And the teacher, nothing's more embarrassing than having the teacher read out the song to you over the phone saying, "Oh yes, we really like that song you sent, the What Lurks Behind the Shed of Forgotten Memories." Yeah, that was an awkward phone call. Good thing was that I got in, so that's nice. Anyway, back in time, new song. Oh no! No! Synth Rock Boogie. Let's just play it. No context, play. Ow! Oh! Here it comes! That was sour. Something I made out of boredom won't make a happy 80s style rock song, and I'm making this monster. Well, at least I know I hated it back then. Actually, I don't even remember the context for this. Why did I hashtag it as pop? Rock, metal, synth, 80, S, random. Yeah, I think I was just playing around with like synth presets and I found that synth line and I tried to program some stuff around it because I had this little keyboard thing, so I managed to actually play with it, so that was nice. I also found a drum set that had that fucking techno snare, so I was like, yeah, this could be a fun like 80s song. But then the guitars, don't know if you guys heard it, it's the reason I left. Oh, it just sounds so off. The main reason why, I was using the Rocksmith guitar cable, which was USB, and that was going into FL Studio and using the combined lag of the sound card in the computer, because the computer sound card is actually not that good when it comes to recording without lag. For some reason, my guitars would always be a little bit off, but not like behind the beat, but ahead of the beat. It was like backwards delay. I think I call it pre-delay or prelay. That was not a thing. My computer was just weird when it came to recording that. I actually showed this to people because I was proud of it. Why? Anyway, next song. Okay, then we got two songs that are actually the same song. I think I forgot to delete this one. Oh well. No context, just... Ooh. Intro. Nice bass. I don't even remember owning a bass. So it's either a borrowed bass or my guitar pitched down. I don't know what drum set I used, but you can hear nothing except the cymbals. Yeah, we're gonna stop it from there because I think it's gonna be a little bit the same in the full song, but anyway. Also notice all these songs are in Ivan Rumming's personal pick. Who the fuck are you? I don't know who you are, Ivan, but I question your taste in music because it includes me. Anyway, this is going back to Folkeskola, and this was a song I was working on, and we had an assignment where we had to we had to make a song and practice with each other, and we're supposed to learn about teamwork and how to write song using the scales we're given and make something, and this was one of the blueprints I wanted to try to make. So yeah, that's all the context, and I was just experimenting with using different guitars. So now we get to the other song. By the way, this song changed names 3 times. First it was called, you know, Viking Temple. Now it's called Valentina, the Viking Slayer, because I like the idea of a female Viking. And then I ended up remaking this song, and then it was just called the Viking Song, because I was so bad with names. The finished version of Viking Temple, now given a much better name, and to my own surprise, it's the longest song I've made so far. I'm quite proud of myself. See, I didn't hate myself that much back then. Everything about the song is definitely a highlight of what I learned with FL Studio and what I learned in class. Yay. For the most part, it's kind of the same. Yeah, it's the same fucking like bass line. All the drums still awful. I mean, at least I can hear the kick and the snare. That's good. Oh, that was off. Did I say off? I mean awful! And then just give it a little head. You can hear it kind of has a lot more like doom quality to it, and that's because I'm too lazy to record something in a faster tempo at that time. Oh, the lead guitar. Build up. Oh, an octave higher. Some people go for key change, I go for octave change. Yeah, anyway, and this is a song we ended up performing at my folk school. The only difference is it was much longer, it had a verse, it had some lyrics, and we also extended the songs a little bit so everyone got their own like little solo section. Oh yeah, and the drummer decided to play the song at a much faster tempo, so I guess I just had to get used to playing songs at a much faster tempo, so that was nice. Anyway, next song. Oh no. This one doesn't even have a description. I don't remember why I made this. I think it was because, oh, I like punk. I want to try to make my own punk song using a random scale. And what was that scream? I think it was a sample, now I think about it. Those drums do not work. Oh, that sounds cool. Why did I do that? This song is not in Evil Rooming's playlist, so I guess he hated it. What was that bass sound? And there's my rip-off of California Oberalis. Sometimes I just do these kind of outros as a joke. Oh yeah, one thing I just randomly remember about, you know, the second version of Viking song, I was so proud of it, I sent it to like friends and family. And my brother was like, oh, a friend of mine said he could hear that you use 3 guitars, you know, one left, one right, one middle. He's really good at hearing that stuff. Well, that's what they got from my song. Not that I've learned to make music on my own so far. No, all he heard was, oh, there's multiple guitars. Thanks. I never talked to that guy, so I think that's nice. Anyway, oh no. My first shitpost. Why did that? What's wrong with the fonts? I think I remember how I made that photo. I just took the screenshot from the meme. If you guys don't know about that meme, it's like the father and son taking that techno song and just playing it on trumpet, and the kid plays the bass drum with the oven. And they call the song When the Mom Isn't Home. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna make a metal version of that. Because no one has made a metal version of that yet, and I wanna be the first. Of course, the only problem is I had a fucking... I was using the FL Studio hardcore amp, and whatever drum set preset I decided to pick that day. Oh, but I learned how to use EQ, so that's nice. Never has there been a more disappointing drop. Oh no! No, why? Wow. I learned about some sort of Arabic Phrygian type scale and I had to fucking use it. Yeah, my first shitpost. I randomly found the video on Tumblr and I said to myself, I'm gonna make a cover of that song for some reason. 1 hour or so later, I made this little song. You can tell that I'm trying to like document my discoveries with this music. Anyway, moving on. Let's pretend those never happened. I mean, I'm gonna put the playlists in the description of my music, so you guys can judge. Anyway, we got, oh fucking hell, we got like 8 songs left. Anyway, now we come to the depressing part of my life, where I realized that all the equipment I had to record music was fucking terrible. Yeah, I was recording this with my real amp because I kept going back and forth between my real amp and the hardcore FL Studio amp. Here I decided to use just a drum sample because I hated the presets, and you can tell I even put minimal effort in my album art by trying to recreate my lazy logo like that, and I'm just saying bored. I'm bored. Hashtag metal. Hashtag bored. Relatable. Old me. Relatable. Yeah, stock drum sample. Reminds me a little of Faith No More. There's no pre-delay again. Well, here I slowly learned, oh, I should probably move the guitar a little more on the grid. I don't know. Oh, I have to use that riff for something. I actually really like that riff. Yeah, and I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna make something quick, simple, and lazy, but no one's going to care either way. But then I decided to try to make music during my focus school because I finally bought to like, okay, I'm gonna put my PC in the hangout area because people actually put their PCs in the hangout place, and they would mostly just sit there and watch movies, talk to each other occasionally. I would sit there and try to make music. I can imagine everyone's frustrations of me trying to play guitar. And I decided to make something really ambitious. Toxic Biohazard. I think I sent this song to Note to get like try to get in, and I don't remember if they said they liked it. If they did, I would be shocked. And here I tried to actually put a lot more effort with what I had in FL Studio and try to do something. And so I tried to make a industrial metal song again. Let's just hear how that went. And here I just decided to play with as many synth samples I could find. Oh, that's fucking overly distorted kick drum. I was really proud of this song, and I still kinda am, to be honest. You know, 4 minutes, and I actually tried to like put more effort than I actually could. I have a feeling if I just kept going in... Oh, I love this bit. Yeah. I think my favorite riff that I ever wrote is coming soon. Not bad. That's just a pre-chorus. I don't remember how I made this. Oh, I love that riff. I was like playing around with different chord progressions and I came up with this. I think this was like the song that made me really fall in love with harmonic minor. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, I was too lazy to make an album cover, so the image will always be just my default image. Oh yeah, and I was actually really proud. I even got some mixing advice from a couple of friends during the folk school, so I could understand how I made music a little better. Anyway, then I decided to remake Dorian Glorian. Yeah, I remade this song like 3 times, now I think about it. Yeah, 3 times. This time, playing around with a lot more faster tempo. Oh wait, the drums doesn't sound like shit! Is it because Easy Drummer? Too lazy to add bass though. I noticed the plays have just been going down. Anyway, decided to go back in the groove, but now that I learned basic mixing, I decided to re-record an old song. It's nothing new, I have to pally with some settings. Yep, spelling errors is still a thing. But it's obvious that FL Studio is not for rock or metal, since the dB meter seems awfully sensitive. Yeah, I wonder if because I wasn't putting a limiter on it or anything. That or I need a proper input device for my guitar or whatever, so I will move to Reaper when I'm ready. Yeah, I was also going a little back and forth between this and Reaper just to see which one I preferred, Reaper or FL Studio. And now we got Svenstemun för Sverige. There was a student at Folkhögskola who loved Swedish death metal, so I was like, I'm gonna make my own Swedish death metal song. And yeah, that's one. I still have the fucking hardcore VST amp. And I tried to recreate that HM2 this pedal sound. What I did was just duplicate like 2 distortion pedals, I think. Oh, those plugins. At least I have a riff when I eventually do Swedish death metal. Probably not. I think it's just copy paste. And fade out outro. Yeah, I tried to show it to the guy that talked about Swedish death metal, and I remember someone spilled a drink, so he didn't bother listening to the rest of the song as he was cleaning. It was fine, he liked the opening. Ah, this is where I tried to make serious music. Oh no. Oh, look at this. Yeah, before you say, oh, did you finally learn to mix and master properly? No. No. This is actually me just constantly going back and forth. You know, as I was adding layers. Okay, I should probably play the song first. My plays are getting lower. Clearly my career as a musician is over. I already sold out. We're trying to make a pop song. I don't know why I made this. A part was like, this sounds romantic and cute. I'm gonna find to make that a whole song. One thing I mostly remember about recording this song was being really easily frustrated. Yeah, I got really frustrated because I was trying to play as careful as possible, trying to get that mellow guitar sound. I can remember just playing it and just screaming, fuck! But instead of screaming fuck, I would just take the guitar and play as hard as possible just to fucking ruin the take. And one guy that sat next to me was just like, Jesus Christ, dude, you need to calm down. You gotta do something with your anger problem because it's gonna fuck you over a couple of years and maybe complain about it in a video in the future. You only said the first part, that's the last. Yeah, what I tried to do with this song specifically, in my early days of mixing, was, because I didn't know what a limiter was, especially that fucking limiter that comes with FL Studio and it's always at there when you open it, but for some reason I always open like completely blank, so the limiter was never there. What I would do to avoid, you know, getting the peaking part on the master DP thing was to just lower everything and then play it and then hope, just tweak things up or down if something's too low. Oh, if something peaked, guess I'll move everything down a little bit, and that's how I'm magically bother to try to level everything. Anyway, oh, this is where I got a good... Huh? Oh look, a jump cut. Also the microphone is slightly closer. That actually irritates me now I think about it. There we go. Anyway. What was I doing? I think I was overreacting to... But yeah, and up until this point, I've only been using, you know, two types of ways to record my guitar. That's the crappy hardcore VST guitar amp emulator. And of course my combo amp. Still going directly on my PC, but this particular song, I actually bought Amplitude 3. I kind of regret this, but to be honest, it made me realize, oh shit, the emulation of, you know, an amp can actually be amazing if you know how to use it. So this was basically just me trying to write a very quick and simple song and playing around with some settings. And also finally realized, oh yeah, maybe I should also do some proper mixing with my guitar, so I end up using more dual panning, so this was made. Still no bass. Oh, that was rough. Weird riff choices, but okay. And I didn't even bother cutting the guitars properly. But yeah, so basically now I got a proper amp emulator and now I could manage to actually play around with the music a lot more. Random tryout of Amplitude, nothing special. And now, basically at my folkhögskola, I just decided to make a bunch of random songs, sometimes related to some bizarre inside joke. Like this one, a song called Monster Truck. Demo. It's been a demo for almost 5 years and it probably will remain that way. A random catchy track, also testing out bass. Borrowed it from my buddy and mixing shit. Yeah, I got a bass. Oh! Okay, crank it up a little bit. Mixing. Yeah, this is one of those just songs I had fun just making. And again, all the songs up until the end of this video, I just decided to be as fun and random as I could. I guess this was also like a good experimentation on how far I could like take a variation of a simple riff. I forgot how long this song was. 4 minutes. recording's a little bit cringy, but oh. You can also tell at this point I'm too lazy to make album covers. Also, the last thing I want to be, the last thing I want is to be seen drawing some weird black and white album art for my music. So it's just gonna be my profile photo. Skip a little bit. Oh, solo! My technique for solo is to slightly remember a scale and just tremolo shit until it sounds nice. Also notice I can't really hear the bass that well after the intro. Maybe it's because the solo is taking over. Just a solo marathon. I used to be like really good at slightly improvising solos, but not anymore now. I'm trying at least. Bad delay. Sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna guess it's gonna be a fade out. Anyway, another song. Judging by the names, you're probably thinking, oh, you must have had a weird biker face. And I was like, yeah, for like 2 whole songs. Hold on. This one was just a simple test. And I also got... You guys may have seen that I have an 8-string. And I haven't had a chance to use it yet. Maybe for a future Gent episode at some point. But I barely used it. I only bought it as a joke. I was actually gonna buy a 7-string, but the guy at the store was, why have 7 when you can have 8? And I was like, they have 8 strings here. So I bought the 8-string, and sadly I can't return it because the store I bought it from closed down. I wish I could say the name, so I could say rest in peace store name, but I don't even remember the fucking store name. It's also where I bought a lot of my like early guitar pedals, although I don't use them as much anymore. Anyway, this song. Yes, my biker face. I noticed they have a weird thing for like guitars EQ just sounds like they're on a broken radio. I don't know why. Yeah, this was actually played on my A-string, so imagine the hell I had to go through just to make it sound decent without wobbling the top string and all the other 75 strings. Yeah. I have an A-string and always want to try to make something in lower tuning. Not gent yet. That's your foreshadowing for the gent episode. I turned the 7-string down and made this. Enjoy. Thanks, Pass V. I'm slightly enjoying it. Also, I noticed my views are going up. I should remake this and use this as like a background song for my videos. Actually, I might do that just to kill some time after Christmas. Oh, that's... yeah, I can tell I got really lazy with the outro. So yeah, basically I just decided to make random songs just to see what sticks and felt right. As you guys can guess from my like episodes, I like to be a little bit of a jack of all trades because I just like music and I like to experiment in as many genres as I can. But also you can tell that, you know, in this early year I had very low views, and as you could tell I didn't bother to properly like tag my music. And SoundCloud tips for all you teens out there: if you want to get your song more played, use tags. Seriously, it's really important. Don't just tag it like genre. If you make like a metal song and just tag it metal, it's not gonna get far. If you want people to actually get the song recommended and circulated in the SoundCloud algorithm. The all-powerful algorithm that sees everything and decides if your song should be listened by a random stranger. Use as many tags as you can that feels relative to the song. Even if you just make a generic stoner metal song that's just a simple chugging riff, but you put some vocals over it and you think like, oh, I need more people to listen to it. Add as many tags as you can. Add like emotion tags. I started doing that with my later music and you'll see that it improved the plays a lot. Also a couple of other things. Anyway, the last song for the day. I'm gonna do another episode if you guys want to see how I made my music after this and you guys want to hear like more stories. But yeah, this is the last song of the playlist where I slowly started to figure out how to properly mix everything and all that. Compressed as fuck. I don't have anything to say. What a bizarre end song. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna show. Kind of sad to end on this disappointing note, but sadly I don't have that much extra commentary on this. So I hope you guys enjoyed my weird ramble about roasting myself about my past music. And if you guys are wondering like, why are you doing this? Why are you just talking down to yourself and just giving us some random fun facts about old music you made 5 years ago? I think the main reason is because of this YouTube channel exploding, and now there's a lot more people watching me and listening to my music. It's kind of freaking me out, to be honest, that, oh shit, I have people listening to me and judging everything I do. Maybe I should be a lot more careful with what I make in terms of music and such. And then I just thought to myself, maybe I should do a video where I just look at my old music. I do that sometimes, actually. Sometimes I just go to my SoundCloud, go to the past and listen to this cringe music and occasionally go, oh shit, I made the guitar sound like that. But you can also see this as a way of learning because, you know, no matter what, your first early years are gonna be awful when it comes to what you're making. You know, no one goes to music school and then day one comes out with a script for the next Star Wars movie or the next Star Trek TV show. It takes time. You have to just keep making, keep learning, keep evolving. If you have a grand idea, always save it. Always start small and always start evolving yourself slowly, because I remember reading a quote and it irritates me that I don't remember who said it. And it was something like, you will never top yourself, you will always be inferior to what you make. So all you'll be doing is just slowly topping yourself one by one. It was something like that. Maybe that should be my quote. But also always remember that you're probably just gonna top yourself just slowly over time. But occasionally you will have those days where you just feel like you're not improving at all. Like you'll just be sitting there just going, oh, maybe my music isn't that good. Maybe this years of learning, experiencing, I'm getting nothing new. Maybe I should just give up. And to be honest, I get those days more often than you think. Sometimes when I'm working on new episodes, you keep thinking like, oh wow, people are gonna hate this song. And then I see the reaction and just like, oh, people actually like this. Like I had that for the folk punk episode, I had that with the porno grind one. Like I admit, the porno grind episode was a lot more slam than porno grind, but at the same time, I'm genuinely surprised people actually like that song. Oh, and the cyber grind song, I put like no effort into that one. But yeah, even today I still have doubts. Like after summer, I started college this year, and my first day in a composition class, I felt like an idiot. Like the teacher was explaining like jazz chords, didn't understand anything because I never wrapped my brain around using more than 3 notes because I'm so used to the guitar thinking of just doing power chords. That's just like the main note, the fifth, and the octave sometimes. And after that class was done, I went home and just thought to myself, music is hard. Maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I should just drop out of college and focus on YouTube. But no, I did try to wrap my head around it more. I tried to push myself a lot more further, and I had my exam, I had more worries, and I got an A on that exam, so guess I'm self-doubting myself way too much. So yeah, believe me, you will get better. Just keep doing what you're doing. I didn't mean for this episode to have a bizarre message. I was hoping to just end it and then just tease like a sequel or something. Anyway, that was my ramble. I don't know how to end these episodes. Goodbye!